Y'all know what it is. Your boy Rockhead Worldwide. I'm here with my boy. You know what I'm saying? We finna go ahead and talk about some things, man. You can find me on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere, man. Look my name up, man. It'll pop up. You know what's going on.
Okay, bet. So for half the people I done had these conversations with, it was the first time that I met them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I seen some of the stuff they was doing on social media,
Right.
and I've been keeping up with their music, keeping up with the things that they was doing in the city. But we didn't really have no rapport. So we sat down, and at the same time as I'm sort of learning about them as an artist, I was also sort of learning about them as a person for the first time.
For sure.
And then for the other half of people that I done talked to, we already had been in tune before. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was from making music together, me shooting videos with them, me performing with them, or just in some type of way we had like interacted in the creative process. And so me and you are more like the latter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where me and you, I done, when you was a shorty, I shot music videos with
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? We done did some music together,
So
you know what I'm saying?
go way back.
So talk to me about like that very first time when me and you was interacting with each other. I can't remember what the exact song was. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what the song was, but I just remember us shooting the music video, you know what I'm saying? Me meeting you for the first time. I think I shot your video first, and that's how I met Kilo, was through shooting your video, and I met a lot of your crew through shooting your video.
Yep.
What do you, even if it's not about that specific video, but what do you remember about that time of your journey? Like when you first started getting recorded and first started doing videos and stuff?
I ain't gonna lie, that was I remember that time vividly. Like, I know you shot that. I did a remix to that. We OS that by Future and Drake.
Yep.
Yeah, I had my BM with me. I had Bronan with me.
Yeah, we was in an apartment building.
Yeah, that same day, I'll never forget. That same day, one of the guys, he had grabbed a bike off somebody, like front yard or whatever. And he wound up, somebody called 12 on his ass, all type of shit. I'll never forget that shit. That was like the first time we ever worked for real. And it was like history from there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just remember like I was excited about that day. I was ecstatic because I'm like, this is really like my first video for real. You know what I'm saying? So like shit, I always been like talented since I was young. So I knew how to perform in the video.
Yeah.
So that wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
There wasn't no nervous, no nothing.
Right.
We turned, we ready. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good interaction, like, you know what I'm saying, for us, and shit, we just kept working since then.
One of the things too that I think was really stood out about you in our first interactions, and it's a few artists that my first interaction with them was like this, but you had the charisma, you know what I'm saying, and you had the image, and you knew what you wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, you knew how you wanted to look, you knew everything that you wanted to sort of come across on the camera. Was that something that you sort of always had when you was younger growing up, and you was started to get the desire to want to create music, or did you sort of have to find your way through that? Talk to me about, like, and I've done this asked this about a few other people. Talk to me about the very beginnings of you wanting to like create music and you wanting to be an artist. What do you remember about that?
I know shit, back MP3 days and shit like that. First of all, music been a part of my life like since I can remember. Like, my mom is a music head. Like, my whole family, they love music.
What you grow up listening to?
Shit, my mom, Sierra, Beyonce, Aaliyah, Missy Elliott. The list going on and on. Like, my mama, she a twin, and my auntie, she a little different than my mama. So she listened to like some of the same stuff, but she was like Beyonce, Ashanti, Jay-Z, shit like that. Like, my auntie was like a little more hipper than my mama was. You know what I'm saying? So she was listening to other shit. My mama more like classy, like, so Beyonce like her favorite artist for real. So I listen to all that shit. Whatever OG was playing, I'm listening to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I grew up on a lot of the R&B side and like the women and stuff like that, and I was even interested in that music. You know what I'm saying? But once I started really diving into music myself, I listened to people like Wayne, of course, Dipset, a little bit of everybody, Future, a little bit of Gucci. I wasn't no big Gucci fan, you know what I'm saying? But I was really tapped in with Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And Young Money. And so once I started gravitating towards that, Wayne just kind of like a inspiration. He made me want to be a rapper. I remember like listening to a lot of his shit, and I used to like imagine like this was me rapping it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, yeah. So ever since then, it just kind of like turned me up. And as a kid, my mom, she always put us in talent shows and shit. Like she auditions. I remember we in the cold 3 hours trying to audition for B2K and shit. Like this shit was a part of my life. Like I done been in talent shows in big crowds. This what I did, bro. Like this is like a destiny for me type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I did this shit already. Like I was already in the limelight for a long time, like as a kid. So like as I'm growing up and getting into rapping, it was like nothing.
Yeah, because you already had that experience.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I already had the experience. It was like, man, I do this shit like, so it was never like no, oh, me get on stage for the first time to rap, I'm nervous as hell. No, I'm ready. I want to turn up. I want them to see me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm used to like being like in the middle of the party, everybody watching me and shit. Like I'm used to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like it was easy like to tap in like that.
Yeah.
So getting to music was like, it was all kind of like, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm on some like cocky shit.
But I know what you're saying. But you already had, you guys sort of grew up doing this already. So it wasn't as much trying to figure out like how do you fit into it because you grew up in it, you know.
So gravitating towards it wasn't really nothing.
And I think that's a real special thing. One of the things I was just talking to Blackheart about, and as I've been having these conversations with everybody, it's really, I feel like one of the things that really has came across is just all the different avenues that different people go through earlier on in life and how it end up translating as they, you know, start to take artistic careers and try to take their artistic journey. And one of the things that he was talking about was that same thing where like he grew up, he was doing, he talked about doing plays and being on stage for plays. And he talked about, you know, playing instruments, and he talked about, you know, doing all of these different things early on before he really decided that he wanted to do, you know, to be singing and to be a musical artist. And so by the time he decided he wanted to be a musical artist, like his stage fright type things had already been worked out. So he was already ready to turn up once it was time to get up there, you know. And that come across too with him is that I was telling him like the first time me and him met, like early on, I found out he did music, but like it made sense that he did music because of his energy, you know what I'm saying, and his how charismatic he was. And the same thing is true with you, where it's like, it's some people where the first time we was doing music videos, you know, they asking me, you know, is this good, or you know, how this good, or they, you know, asking somebody else, or they, you know, got a little bit of trying to get their feet wet and figure things out, and you know, you ain't really have none of that, you know, like you knew what you wanted to do, you knew how you wanted to present yourself, and so it makes sense that you had already sort of had some of those things going on in your journey. And back to what you were saying about listening to, you know, Beyonce and R&B music early on, and your mom sort of introducing you to that. Even that to me makes sense with the way that you create music, you know what I'm saying, and with the way that you do are good at incorporating melodies, you know what I'm saying. Even what you're talking about how much Wayne was an inspiration, I think that one of the things that really stands out about you is, and I talked to Kilo about this too, but like y'all really unorthodox, you know what I'm saying. Like you can, it's some niggas where you can listen to that music and I can tell you where they gonna rhyme at as the song going on. You know, like that was one of the things I had to break out of early, where like you could listen to my early music, you know, okay, he finna rhyme right here with this word, or this what the flow finna do is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you gonna move on to the next 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think one of the things that's really unique and special about you is that you can't do that with your music. You know what I'm saying? Like it's times I've listened to your music where I think you ended the bar here, but you carry the bar on maybe 1 or 2 more words, and then you come back with the next bar, you know, and that really keeps
twist on that
you
shit,
put a twist on it, you know. And I think that one of the things that does is it keeps the listener on edge, you know what I'm saying, and keep them paying more attention to what you're doing, because they can't just assume you finna rhyme at this part, or they can't just assume the flow gonna continue like this for the whole time that you rapping on the song. And I think that really you get that listening to music outside of rap, you know, R&B music and alternative music and rock music and different genres of music where, you know, it ain't necessarily the format of you just rapping a bar. And so I think that that's something that's, you know, really come across in the music that you make. Talk to me about what it was like when you first started, you know, writing your own music and started, or whether it was you writing music or you freestyling. What was it like when you started to go from just being somebody who was listening to music to somebody who was now trying to create your own music, but before recording, but just when you was still writing it, figuring it out?
I'm gonna be honest with you, like I wasn't like, before I actually like recorded a song, I wasn't writing nothing.
Wasn't writing nothing.
I wasn't like that in tune, like with making my own music. So like, I remember my first time making a song, and I did it with my cousin, and what we did, and she a female, and what we did was we put it on Facebook. We recorded it, but we had left the screen black, and we just posted it on Facebook. That's the first time I ever like did something.
And it was just so before you, it wasn't no writing stage for you.
No
it
writing
was
stage.
Listening to music, enjoying it as an experience, and then straight to recording.
Straight to record. Like so, like my first time ever recording was here in Rockville, Illinois.
Okay.
My homeboy Jaleel, the person who introduced me to like a studio. He brought me to a studio out here, and that was the first time like I wrote something. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the first time I wrote a song. I told him he originally we were supposed to have did something else. Like he had like an event and he wanted me to come there. You know what I'm saying? But I wound up telling him like, oh, I rap. Or I didn't even say I rap. I said like he had a song and I said, let me hop on it.
Okay.
So he kind of like, damn, you rap like, and it's crazy because like, I can't believe that he even trusted me to even, cause he ain't never heard me do no type of work. You know what I'm saying? Right. No, I ain't had no type of background for rapping, nothing. He just like, oh fuck, you wanna hop on this bitch? Cool. So he brought me to the studio, and when he brought me to the studio, I first take that bitch.
First take, one take.
I one take. Okay. I ain't even nothing. Like I ain't care how it sound. I one take that bitch.
Okay.
And to this day, bro, as he was still like he was like intrigued with that shit. He like, damn, you just did that. So from that point forward is when I started writing.
Okay.
Now I'm like I'm excited about the fact that I just did my first song.
Okay.
I'm fucking with it. I done listened to the song a million times. Now I'm getting a little influence to rap. You know what I'm saying? But it's not for to how I'm pushing it now. It wasn't like that. It was just like more so for me.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it. Once I knew where the studio was at, I couldn't stop going to that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going back forth to the studio. I'm making music. But now I'm making it for the guys.
Right.
This is for the crowd. You know what I'm saying? This is for my inner circle. So once I found the platform to post it on, which was SoundCloud. Was like, once I started posting on SoundCloud, and I started gaining fans authentically. You know what I'm saying? Once I didn't reach for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the people, they started gravitating.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers calling me and people I went to school with, they at parties. They playing your song. Cool. So I'm like, you know, so one of the songs that was like getting a lot of plays was I had a song with my brother Scope. We call him 35. Me and Scope, we had a song. It was called Body Count.
Okay.
And they was playing that motherfucker. The streets was playing the Body Count.
Yeah.
So once I seen that, and once I'm getting phone calls and motherfuckers playing my shit at parties and shit, what? Oh yeah, I'm doing this shit for real now. Like I'm finna start rapping. So now like that's all I really need. That's all I need to put, like, you know, that gave me the gas for real. Like I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. This is what it is. Back. So now I'm making music back to back. Now I'm doing it not for just my inner circle, but I'm doing it for motherfuckers that's listening.
Yeah.
So now I'm posting on SoundCloud. All my music going on SoundCloud. Motherfuckers was fucking with me, shit, and it just went from there.
I think. Listen, man, it's crazy because as I've been having these conversations, it's really been everybody's journey is different, but usually the steps is the same. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And so you the first person who then ever jumped over the writing step into the recording step, and then inserted the writing step after that.
Right.
You know, and that's one of the things I think is just so special about, like, when you're an artist and you know somebody else an artist and you start talking to them about what their creative process is or what their journey was like. You know, when they tell you something that it's like, wait, hold on. Like, you know, because even what you saying, like, you went in there and were like, I would be intrigued by that. Like, nigga come in the first time we done recorded together. I didn't know he rapped before that. And then he come in and he just one take it. You know, like, I'm intrigued by that. You know, so even just you saying that you started writing after that first recording experience, you know, is a really intriguing thing, you know, because it really, one of the commonalities that I've been saying with people is that you grow up and some people enjoy music, like, you know, it's all right, you know, like I grew up with a lot of friends who was, well, really just one specific friend were like, this nigga loved food. Yeah. Like, this nigga watched the Cooking Channel, the Food Network. He knew all the different people on the Cooking Channel, Food Network. And I ain't never been into food like that. You know what I'm saying? Food cool, you know what I'm saying? I like to eat, but like, I couldn't sit there and just be watching the Cooking Channel, watching the Food Network and nothing like that. Right. And so, like, as we grew up and he kept being like that, like, he cooked all the time and had big get-togethers, everybody come and he got food on the grill and shit like that, and he trying different sauces and trying different food. And it's different things like that in your life where music is like that, where some people, you know, they like how I was with food, but like they like music, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Music
right.
cool, but they don't get the obsession with music, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't get the bug for music, where like they wake up to music, they going through their day listening to music, they go to sleep listening to music, you know what I'm saying? The way that they, you know, when I remember being younger, and I don't got it as much now, but when I was younger, I ain't even want to get dressed in them. I need a song to play as I'm getting dressed. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I need a song to play as I'm walking to the bus stop. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like theme music or some shit like that. And so you have that that part in your journey early on where you enjoy music and you like music more than other people do. And then you're an experiencer of music. And then one of the things that happens is you go from being an experiencer of music to creating music, you know, and typically, you know, it come in the form of, you know, writing or maybe freestyling. And then once you have had that experience and you become like a writing artist, then you transition to becoming a recording artist, you know, and that transition is a real difficult one. Because sometimes the way you imagine a song when you rapping it in your head and writing it ain't how your voice sound. You know, like it's a real unique thing to get into the studio for the first time and record and then hear your voice back and realize like, oh, I don't sound like how I thought I sound.
Once I, you know it's crazy. Once I got comfortable, like for a long time I was writing, but once I got comfortable, like real comfortable with the studio, that's when I started freestyling.
Okay.
That's when I started like doing the punch-ins.
Okay.
That's why I started doing that. And once I started getting comfortable with that, I just kept doing it. But I'm a writer at heart.
Okay.
So like you know, to this day I write. You know what I'm saying? I write, like, you know what I'm saying? But it just be them certain songs where I go in that bitch and I just be like, turn the beat on,
just run
record,
through.
We finna do this shit. You know
and to me, that's one of the things too. I'm to this day, I'm still intrigued by people who can do that. You know, like whenever I'm in the studio with somebody, like I'm intrigued by anybody who can go into the studio, into the recording booth with nothing in their hand or with nothing already written, with nothing planned out, and just go in there and get the words flowing. Like
I think it's the pressure.
Go ahead.
What it is, that's the pressure.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, and I just learned this by myself. Like, you know, I feel like when you on a time limit, you know, you on a time limit in the studio, you know what I'm saying? You only paid for about like what, probably 4 hours.
Right.
So you in that bitch. So you kind of like, damn, all right, well, I got the time is ticking. I gotta do that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That pressure is on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta hurry up or you gonna run out of time.
Right.
So I feel like being under pressure, it will help me with my freestyler. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just shit coming. It's hitting my head, it's hitting my brain. So I'm just pushing that shit out.
Yeah. And you know, one of the things, like I do a lot of reading, and so I've done a lot of reading and watching different people speak about neurology and about how the brain work and how the mind work, and it's just so interesting how different people's mind work and different people's brains work. Because what you're talking about, I feel that exact same thing, and it made me be able to deliver it better. You know what I'm saying? Like I can never have the exact, when I'm not in the studio or once that clock ain't started counting down my time, I can never rap it with the same emotion. But once I get in there and I done cough the money up to this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the clock start ticking, then I can sort of get that emotion in the rap. But once the clock start ticking, me and Skinny done had this a few times where like I done got to the studio, I got the songs I'm finna record, I can't find a notebook. Everything got to stop because I can't figure out where the notebook at. Or I can't find the notes, or my phone on like 10%. You know, like, and one of the things I was talking to Kilo about when me and him had a conversation, I was saying one of the things that I really had to learn when I was doing these performances last year for the first time. Like I had some small performances here and there, but nothing like how I did last year. But I had to get real comfortable with not having the notepad in front of me. You know what I'm saying? When I'm rapping the lyrics, you know, that was really a thing that's been like a reoccurring pattern for me, where it's like, even it's times where I realize like, oh, I do know these lyrics, you know, but like the notepad is just like my thing of comfort to make me feel like I don't need to have to know the lyrics. But whenever I'm in the studio and I record with the notebook, and then whoever I'm doing the song with hop up, they don't got no notebook, no phone, nothing. They just go in there, close the door, and they just get busy. I'm always impressed by it. I think that's like a real special talent. You know what I'm saying? I'm always intrigued by people who can do that. You know, I think is just really show like how gifted, you know, different artists are, and how we all got these sort of avenues in which we can sort of exercise things. And so I want you to talk to me about what it was like from that process of having, and we sort of talked about it a little bit, but one of the things I think also was really important on your artistic journey is when you start getting that feedback from people. You know, you become a writing artist, and then you become a recording artist, or in your case, recording artist, then start writing. But whatever you're doing at first, you know, it's sort of for you, like how you was talking about. And then you had that process where you put the music out to the world and you get that feedback for the first time, and people start telling you that they enjoying your music and that the music that you put out is, you know what I'm saying, having an impact on them. When you can see like the numbers is going up on the song plays and stuff like that. And it really do sort of motivate you and it get you to that next place in your journey. Just sort of talk to me about, you know, you sort of touched on it a little bit, but just talk to me about what that validation was like and what that experience was like for you to have people listening to your words like that.
Shit, that shit, it felt good. You know what I'm saying? It felt good, like just knowing people like was noticing. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that I wasn't even like I wasn't even overly promoting my shit. You know what I'm saying? Just that it was just like a lot of word of mouth for my music, and that goes to show people was talking about it.
Yeah,
and it goes to show like people were just paying attention, and like the fact that I wasn't promoting and people was like really gravitating towards the music, it just means that the music is speaking for itself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like just getting that validation, it was just crazy love, bro. I done had people that was like younger than us, like they'll see us, and it was almost like they was treating us like we already made it. You know what I'm saying? Like just having that type of feeling, it was crazy. Cause like we ain't even know we don't even think we famous or nothing.
Yeah.
But that's how they treating it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers see us, oh, can I get a picture? When motherfuckers start doing that, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So like it feel good. It's a so real feeling a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like it definitely feel good, like to see how people was like fucking with us, you know what I'm saying, in that type of way.
Okay. And then talk to me about how you and Kilo sort of got linked up and started creating music together. I think that it's a few different people in the city where they got sort of like a collab relationship where they've done multiple songs and done multiple things together.
Right.
But you know, and I'm somebody who like I pay a lot of attention to the music that get created from people that's in the city and people that's around the city. And so I'm not saying this just on some, you know, not really educated, but from somebody who pay attention. Like when I think of duos, you know, you and Kilo, the first duo I really think of, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was that really? And also too, not even just that, but y'all chemistry. Cause it's people who I've done multiple songs together with, and we have good songs together, but there are songs where like, it's not necessarily our chemistry that make the song good. It's just it's a good song that we made together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a feature. But you and Kilo, it feel collaborative. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not there to see how y'all putting the songs together, how y'all mixing the songs. But even the times where y'all done put out songs and y'all just promoing the song. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Kilo about like, y'all was the first niggas I seen on Triller, you know what I'm saying? And doing something on Triller and shit like that. So talk to me about, you know, linking up with them and meeting them, and then talk to me about what y'all collaborative process has been like.
So like me and brother, we go way back since school, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my brother since forever. So like shit, once like I remember I was like pushing out, I was already like doing a rap shit. Bro, as he probably already told you, he been rapping since he was like a jit. He already been rapping before me since he was like a kid for real. He just ain't never like had no like he ain't had nothing out, like, you know what I'm saying. So I remember in school he showed me like he rapped some shit to me. I'm like, damn. Like I remember when he rapped some shit to me, I'm like, I ain't never heard like nobody here that rap like him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So when I heard that shit, I'm like, that's hard. So I instantly knew like, oh, I got a motherfucker.
Right.
Like we got something, you know what I'm saying? So I already knew. So shit, after that, we went to the studio and we recorded. The first song we ever recorded, we had remixed Lil Folk Cutting Up.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
That's the first song that I did, you know, I took Brody to the studio. After that shit, it was up from there. Now, how me and bro collab is just so it's like real genuine. Like how we collab is it's smooth, like shit. He come to me with some shit, I come to him with some shit, and it ain't even like no question like, hey bro, make sure you go crazy. Ooh, it ain't nothing. I just hand it to him and I walk off. Like I know what he finna do. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and vice versa. Like he want me to hop on some shit, no question. He'll just tell me like, bro, all right, this a time stamp. You come in at this time and that's it. Like he don't question nothing. I don't question nothing. Cause he know what I'm gonna do and I know what he gonna do. So like we know each other strengths. You know what I'm saying? We know each other abilities with this shit. So it's kind of like when we collab, it's real. It's like easy, like you know what I'm saying. Ain't really like no, and it's been like that since the beginning.
Okay,
that's like the special thing about it. Like from the time this shit started, it always been like that with me and him. Like you know what I'm saying. Like how we collab, and like back then we was so serious about it. Like shit, this is before motherfuckers had cars, nigga. We walk to each other's crib, like you know what I'm saying. Like he'll be like, bro, I got some shit. He'll come right to my crib, or you know what I'm saying. We'll get together and we'll shit make greatness.
That's
what's
up.
Saying? You know, that's just how it's been.
Yeah. Do y'all do studio do you typically record the song, and then I know you talked about you timestamp, you come in here. How often have y'all done that as opposed to being in the studio together at the same time making it? Or has it always just been you would shoot something to him, he'll shoot something to you, or he'll show something to you, you show something to him? How often has it been sort of one person take the lead and the other person follow? And then how often has it been maybe both of y'all just in the studio together and y'all figuring it out while y'all there in the studio?
Most of the time, I say we try to be as prepared as possible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So y'all going into the studio, y'all already got it figured out.
We already got it figured out. You know what I'm saying? He'll run across a beat to me. And, you know, most of the time, he'll already had, like, so, like, as far as, like, who go first, or it'll be more so who bring the song to who.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So he'll probably bring some shit to me. He probably already got his shit put together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the way, and I just want to throw out the way low, the way he create, it's pretty like, I feel like it's a skill, like with him, like, cause the man, he don't write. You know what I'm saying? So what he do is, he'll freestyle shit and he kind of like remember it.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'll remember this shit. And then when he rap it to me, he's like, it's almost like he freestyled it because he ain't reading off no motherfucker.
Right.
So I'll be like, damn, that's a skill. You know what I'm saying? Me, on the other hand, I can do that sometimes, but not like him.
Okay.
So like with me, like I come up with some of the crazy shit, but I gotta write it down,
right?
Because like it be coming, it'll creating it be off the dome, but then I write it down,
right?
Because I gotta remember it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna remember that shit.
I feel
like,
y'all,
you know,
the same
I'm not
way.
gonna lie, especially when I ain't gonna lie, even when I go freestyle shit. Like you can ask both of them. Maybe been times where I don't freestyle some shit, and I probably had a video shoot in a week. Like. I had to tell the video man, like matter of fact, man, what song it was in a party. I got a song called In the Party. Now I freestyled the song, turned around, shot the video. I didn't know the words.
Cause you had freestyled the song, you know right?
I didn't know the words, so I had shot with Film or Die.
Yeah.
I had to tell Pierre, like, bro, you gotta work with me. Cause I don't really know the lyrics like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's real freestyle though.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it be, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's like that for nobody else, but it's for sure like that with me, because I come up with a lot of crazy shit. So if it's coming off the dome like that, and I only got like a certain amount of time to go perform it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got motherfucker gotta work with me, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, bro, like if bro come to me, he might have some shit together already. You know what I'm saying? It'll just make it 10 times easier, because like if I know how he coming already, it'll give me an idea how I need to come.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like shit, that's like usually the process. That's most time that's how I go.
Okay.
We had a few times where we in the studio and we just create it right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It been times, man, me and bro done did a lot of little crazy shit. Like it been times we don't create a song on our way to the studio and shot the video the same day.
Okay, really? Okay.
Yeah. So like, matter of fact, I Miss You.
That's how y'all did that one.
Yeah, that shit right there. We made a song on our way to the studio.
Onto the studio.
Recorded. The video man came right after that.
So what y'all playing it in the car, on the speakers in the car, or y'all playing it
on our way on the highway?
And y'all both verbalizing it as y'all coming through the
as on our way to the highway, we verbalizing that bitch. We going that motherfucker. We know what we want to say, how you want to do it, bro. He did his verse. Boom, I going out do my verse, and video man, shit, we can't record it right outside the studio.
Okay.
So like I'm saying, we done did a lot of little crazy shit. Me and brother, like how we create and when we get together, when we collab, you never know what would happen. You know what I'm saying?
Not to cut you off, but how y'all make Fast?
We made Fast.
Cause that's my shit. That's my for me, that's a top 50 song just like in my lifetime. Like if I'm making with every artist, with every song, like I gotta figure out a way. If I'm putting Pac, 50, Big, my shit, whoever, I need Fast in there somewhere, nigga. Like just because that's my favorite song that y'all got. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite 815 songs ever. And two, I think one of the things when I think about Fast, like I also think about, like, I remember y'all putting it out and watching the numbers for the song, you know, because there's so many songs that people done made in the city where I'm like, man, this is a really good song. I hate that it don't got the plays that it deserves or the engagement that it deserves. But you got, that's one of them where it was like, okay, niggas know how good this shit is, because I would see them plays and it likes and shit like that going up. So if you remember, talk to me about how y'all made Fast.
Man, it's kind of like one of them crazy stories. Like we made Fast on some shit like once I think bro brought the beat to me.
Okay.
We was already together. No, we was already together. We found the beat.
Okay.
Once we found the beat, we recorded the beat. We recorded not recorded, but we wrote to it in the car.
Okay.
Same day we called Skinny and we recorded.
Okay.
So like, you know what I'm saying? We did that. We made that, I think we made that song like, it was quick. That whole process was quick as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we came with the beat. We got what we got to it, boom, turn around, record it, boom, just like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I say, it's a lot of times it been like that with me and bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get in them modes where it just like the creativity just like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't even know how to contain it. It's just so much shit that we'll just come up with, and then it's just like boom. You know what I'm saying? We just go with the flow, how things go.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I had to ask that because one of the things that really come across when I listen to y'all music, anytime I hear a song with y'all on there together, I'm always like, it feel like these niggas made this shit in the studio together at the same time. Like it always feel like that, even on the songs where like, you know, if I had to guess, like they may not have made this one like that, but it just always the feeling come across like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a real good chemistry with each other.
For sure.
So I've talked to people about, you know, the going from being somebody that's experienced in the music, then stepping into being a creator, and you a writing artist, and then you go and you become a recording artist, then you put the music out to people and you release music, and that's another step in your artistic journey. And then one of the next steps is becoming a performance artist and getting on stage and performing this music and watching the reactions of people as you performing the music. And I've been to a couple times performances that you and Lodem been at, so I've seen y'all on stage, you know what I'm saying, and I've seen the way that y'all music translate on stage. So just talk to me about what your experiences have been like as a performing artist, and you know what it's like for you to be on stage.
See, the experience is always like, you know, when it's time for me to perform, I feel like that's me expressing myself the best way possible. Besides me recording, making the music itself, but I feel like that's another way of expressing. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm showcasing my talent. You know what I mean? So like it's important to me that the times when we did perform, it was always like important to me. You know what I'm saying? So performance is definitely a aspect in the music. I feel like should be important to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of like giving the people, you showing them you. You know what I'm saying? In real time. Like, you know, you showing them you in real time. You showing them your mic skills and your performance. Because a lot of people don't have it. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. A lot of people that know how to, that might have good music, but they don't have the stage presence. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't have a stage presence. And lucky for me, since I've been on stage since I was a kid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The stage presence one, it ain't hard to kind of like present that. You know what I'm saying? To the people. So like, it's like I say, it's exciting when I go perform because like I know we finna go up, and not only just the performance, we always got some shit lined up after that.
Right.
So it's like a turn day. The whole day's a movie. You know what I'm saying? So like when we turn up, when we get together, we turn. You know what I'm saying? So like performing is always like, it's always a good moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up. I think that's one of the things that is really go understated a lot of times. Like as you be, especially when you're an independent artist and you get into the process of writing music and recording music and releasing music, sometimes you can get caught up in this trap where that's the only thing that you're doing is just writing, recording, releasing, writing, recording, releasing. And you sort of got to figure out a way to wiggle your way into the circles where you can get to a place where you can showcase, you know what I'm saying? And you can get your voice in front of people who maybe you're not gonna be able to get to just by releasing the music, you know, and you can get your face out there to people who you're not gonna be able to get to just by releasing the music. And I think also too, for as an artist, it's really fulfilling too, because when people listen to your music, a lot of times you're not with them as they listening to your music, you know, so you're not necessarily being able to feed off of them listening,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
knowing
That
the
might tell you,
perception.
yeah, you know, that they liked it or something like that. And that is a good, unique experience too. But it's something special about being up there and performing the music and being able to be in the room with people as they hearing your music and as they hearing the words. And I think that's one of the things too that also helps to sort of motivate and can motivate an artist and inspire an artist, you know. And I talk to people about how the experience of performing has sort of impacted them when they go back to the studio or start recording again, you know. And as they one of the me and my homies was talking, and I was saying, and he was talking about how one of the big experiences he had when he started performing more was realizing, okay, because of the breath control that you need on the stage, okay, I gotta record some of these songs a little bit different, you know, because I may be able to have a certain flow or a certain cadence when I'm recording, and I can do the punches and come back in and forth. But once it's time for me to get on the stage, it's hard for me to mimic that same flow or you mimic that same cadence because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I think that that's one of the things that performing really sort of open up to you too, is it sort of show you, okay, what's some of the other ways that I can be recording music? What's some of the other ways I can be creating music and making music? And I think, and we sort of fast forwarded over this a little bit, but one of the things that also stand out about your career as well is that you got a catalog of music videos that I think is really important. You know, you've had the experience of releasing music videos out and putting visuals to some of the songs that you've had. So talk to me about what that experience was like for you, you know, shooting music videos with different directors. Talk to me about, you know, idea, you know, do you come up with the idea for a music video and then you translate that to the director? Do you sort of just figure it out as you go? And what's been your journey with music videos been like?
Well, me creating with different directors, it kind of like showed me how different a lot of directors how they do things. You know what I mean? You got some directors who they just kind of like let the artist do what they want to do. Then you got some directors who actually direct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and those are the ones I like working with because, you know, it's not more so you just putting in ideas, they putting in their ideas too.
Yeah.
Doing what a director's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I love working with shout out Film or Die. I love working with Pierre because he's that type of director. Like he's gonna, look, we gonna go over here because the light look better right here. Y'all should do this and woo woo walk the bam. He know how to direct. You know what I'm saying? And he take control of the room. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with that. I might pitch in my little ideas and he open to like listen to what you want to do. If you want to do that, cool, we can do it. And he'll probably even show you a better way to brighten your idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's other, you know, it's a lot of directors that's like Pierre.
Yeah.
And there's some that just kind of like I say, they just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And it's whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like to come with my own idea and shit like that. I like to come with some ideas, but sometimes we don't do that. Sometimes we wing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends on the song.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go in, we wing it. Shit, we doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? But now that I kind of perfected my craft a little more, I like to go in with prepare pretty much for everything. You know what I'm saying? Because that way, I'm not wasting my time or the director's time. You know what I'm saying? So like I like to go in and okay, let's do this and that. Have a set location, what we doing in the video, how we doing it, who gonna be in the video, who's gonna play as a character or whatever the case may be. I kind of like want to have things set up. I'm precise. I'm more precise than I was when I was younger.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I ain't really get no fuck how shit went. And I pretty much went with the flow. But now I'm more precise, and you know what I'm saying. Like I say, I perfected my craft a little more, so I'm more serious. Everything got to be on point. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's one of the things that is really beneficial about you so early on, being having certain experiences. You know, the same way you talked about how being in talent shows and doing those things early on really made it so you ain't got no stage fright or nothing like that when it's time to get on, time to start performing. It's also you shooting videos and you starting to do videos at, you know, what, 16, 17 when you did your first video. I think that that's one of the things too that's really important, is because as you've gotten older, you done had all these different experiences. You done, you know, figured out, okay, you know, this is what this gonna look like on the back end of the video. You know what I'm saying? You understand the process a little bit better, so you already sort of know what it is to go in with a certain thing in mind, with a certain idea in mind. You know, I don't know how many videos you done did off the top of my head, but I know you done did at least more than 10 videos, probably more than 15. I would think you got like at least 15 to 20 videos you done did, right? You know, and this nigga's out here who got like 5 videos. You know, their whole career, that's all they got is 5. Which, you know, it's not a bad thing. You know, because one of the other parts about being becoming an artist, especially in the time periods we live in, or not necessarily now. It's a little bit easier now because it's more access. But 10 years ago, which is when me and you probably first started linking up, like around 10 years ago, it wasn't necessarily as simple. Find it first. You first to have the desire to record, and then to get enough confidence to go record is one thing. But then you got to figure out where to record at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like some niggas, it take them till they 25, 26 to ever figure out where to go record at, where it can sound good. And then the same thing on the back end, where they done got a song, somebody maybe got a song recorded, but they don't know where to go to get the video directed, or they don't got enough money to get the video shot, or they don't even got maybe the hustle to figure out a way to get the video shot. So you being able to have those experiences at an early stage, at early points in your life is really important, and we live in this digital age where, because of streaming, you can record a song and record music, and that music live. You got a catalog of music that's out there. So anything that you've done doesn't just disappear. Back in the day when everything was like on hard copies or on CDs and shit like that, you make a song in 1999 or make an album in 1999, you ain't gonna really be able to push that album in 2003, or even if you get on in 2003, the CDs, you ain't got no CDs from 1999 no more. So like niggas not going back to listen to that.
Right, niggas
it's gone. You just only in everything that you do in the future can help you. But the way streaming work now, where niggas find your music today, they can go back and find everything that you done did 5-10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and can really like become a fan. One of the things I was talking to Blackheart about. I was like, music and TV shows is really like this, where you do want, when you created something, you do want people to experience it right when you put it out. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, as somebody who, you put in your time in, putting your money in, your effort in, you would like on release day to get the most people listening to it, but unless you in a certain position, that's an unlikely thing. But one of the things that's beneficial is that as long as you keep that hustle, you keep that grind, and you keep it in your mind that you gonna get to this place, whenever you get there, motherfuckers gonna go back and listen to everything that you done. Like now, when I watched like Game of Thrones, when Game of Thrones was on TV originally. It's somebody today that's gonna get on HBO Max, ain't never seen no Game of Thrones. They gonna go through the whole 8 seasons.
I'm not somebody. I ain't gonna lie. Just last year, nigga, I just finished Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and you just go through, you binge the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And you having the exact same experience, maybe even a better experience than somebody who watched it when it was on TV, who got to wait week to week and wait year to year. Like I remember being a shorty in back when Media Play was out here still, and I would started sweeping and cleaning up my the church me and my OG went to, and they give me like $25 every week to do it. And every week after I get the $25 on Friday, I go to Media Play and I'm getting old catalogs of CDs. And so I got all Jay-Z CDs, I got all Biggie CDs, I got all Pac CDs, and I'm listening to it like it just came out, and I'm binging through it like it just came out. But even doing that was like a long process. Like I can't get them all right away, and I got to only listen to one CD at a time. So if I want to listen to disc 2 with All Eyes on Me, I got to take disc 1 out to get to that song. Like, whereas now with how streaming work, it's a nigga that's gonna wake up, maybe heard of Tupac, ain't never listened to no Tupac before, and they finna just go through and stream all his albums and find their favorite songs, and they gonna have that same experience of the music, and I think that's one of the parts of the musical journey that sometimes people don't really understand. Sometimes people look at music, especially when you creating hip hop music, and you young black men, people look at it like, well, if you ain't got a record label and touring around the world by the time you 23, 24, you might as well just find something different to do, and people look at it like how the NBA is, where like if a nigga playing basketball, you like 23, 24, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got in the league yet. You ain't get into a D1 school when you 18, 19, like, nigga, this gonna be a real hard road to try to find your way into the NBA, but music not really like that. Music is more similar to like becoming a lawyer or becoming a doctor, where if a nigga tell you that they going to law school and they 23 and they just finished passing the bar exam, nobody finna look at them like, nigga, why you not in court, what I'm saying, doing all these cases. They gonna understand this part of your journey to get there, like, and if you in a case where this a case for your life, nigga. Like, I don't want the nigga that's 23 or 24 that maybe he is a prodigy and he got here real quick and real early. Yeah. I want the 45-year-old dude that has seen all these different cases, that know the loopholes, that know the system.
Got the wisdom.
Yeah, that got the wisdom. That's who I want. Like, same thing with being a doctor. Like, it's I'm sure it's plenty of doctors who was like prodigies, and by the time they 23, 24, you know, they surgeons somewhere or something like that. But the average doctor, the average person in medical school, when you 23 and you 24, you still going through the process. You know what I'm saying? Like you 25, you figuring it out still. You're not the one that's in charge of the hospital. You know, like, and if I gotta have to have an open heart surgery or something like that, like, I don't want the nigga with no facial hair coming in telling me how he finna do the operation. Like, bring me the dude that's like 50 years old, that done seen all these
old nigga.
that done had this experience, you know, and like music is like that, really, you know, like you get better at music as time go on. Like you don't have no musical peak where like how it is with sports where you gonna have a physical peak. Like, no, you gonna get better at this. As long as you keep doing this, your vocabulary gonna get better, your rhythms, your flows gonna get better. You gonna know your voice better. You gonna know your sounds better. You gonna know how you want to present shit better. You gonna learn how to release better.
Go ahead. Add, like, it's niggas that got into the game. They ain't really like niggas right now who got into the game when they was like 30, like 5-year-old form. The nigga was like 30 something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking I want to say 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz got in when he was like a little older. So it, like, you know, shit like that.
The Griselda, Conway, and Benny the Butcher, like they was all
Butcher, they was older. They was older. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like this shit really all up to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get discouraged and you want to go based on what motherfuckers telling you, and you like, oh no, I ain't trying to do it because I'm such and such age. That's you. So I'm saying you got some motherfuckers who really serious about their craft and they know they got it. They know they got the tools and everything it takes to get to, you know what I'm saying, to go up there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so shit, you either want to put that battery in your own back and boost yourself up. That's you. If you feel like, man, nah, I'm gonna cut out on this shit and I'm gonna hang it up and I'm gonna do something else. Again, that's your decision. You see what I'm saying? But like, I would say though, if you doing this shit and you real determined about where you can go, you gotta stay consistent. You gotta keep doing you and do what you want to do. This your life. This your journey at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why give a fuck about what motherfuckers talking about?
So talk to me about where you at in your journey right now. Like, talk to me about what it is that you've been working on, what it is that you've been creating, and what it is that not necessarily. Okay, let me say this before we get necessarily to that. Talk to me about your catalog, though. Like, because you have a catalog of music, which I sort of said earlier, and you've released music from the time I've known you. It's been maybe breaks, but you have consistently and regularly put out music. You know, I don't think that you got a 2-year span where it ain't a song or a video or something coming out. So talk to me about your catalog and how important it's been to you to make sure you at least doing something, at least putting something out.
Yeah, like you know, my catalog, I know back then when I first was like rapping and shit, man, it was crazy because we were just having so much fun and we just like putting shit out for the fans. You know, everybody that's fucking with us, we just putting it out. So it was crazy. Now, in between my breaks and shit like that, like you said, like that's good that you know you do your homework. Like you know that, like, I ain't never went like no 2 years span. I might have went like some months, a year maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you ain't got no 22 to 2024. No, it's somewhere in there. And even if, you know what I'm saying, you and I think I admire that, you know what I'm saying, because I keep up with that, you know, like bro ain't, you know what I'm saying, bro ain't letting go of the rope, you know. So go ahead.
So I, you know, it's important to me like to always kind of like leave that stamp. And let motherfuckers know, like, motherfuckers still at it now. Like, motherfucker ain't quit. You know what I'm saying? We still going with this shit. Like, we going up. Like, we know we going up. So it's kind of like, why quit? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, we doing this shit until we get to where we want to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my catalog, for me, it was always like, I always knew my mind. Even when I did take my breaks, consistency is key. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stay consistent, bro. Like, you gotta, you feel me? Even when you take them little breaks, man, you gotta come back and you gotta step that shit again. You take another break, make sure you come back. If you gonna take a break, just make sure when you come back, you stamping some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta overly stamp that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, keeping that catalog going and keeping it as long as possible and always giving people something to always look at. Cause you never know who come across your music. You never know who come across your videos. They might become a fan right then and there off the first video, and you want them to have something to look at and look for. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep on putting shit out. You got to keep on standing in their face. So that's how I really look at it.
So talk to me about what you've been working on more recently. I know you just put out a video. You and Lo just put out a video, what, like a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago?
Like a month ago.
A month ago, okay. And then before that, I want to say what was it? You put out like a little EP, like what, that was beginning of this year or the end of last year? Beginning of this year. Okay, talk to me about the creating of that process, the creating of that EP, what that was like.
So that EP, some of the songs I recorded myself.
Okay.
So the EP is pretty special for me because it was kind of like
that was your first time having that experience recording the songs
first
yourself?
time having that experience. Okay. And then on top of that, it's me again. I'm stamping it. I'm letting motherfuckers know like I'm back, but I ain't really went nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm here, and it's up from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So whatever I dropped in January, just know it's been up since then. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what I was on when me dropping the EP. I just feel like I haven't dropped a lot of. Brother Kilo, he dropped a lot of projects. I feel like he dropped more projects than I ever have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he got a catalog of projects, but he definitely got more than me. You know what I'm saying? So like, he even got a whole, I want to say he got a whole tape. Yeah, he got a whole tape. Like, you know what I'm saying? He done dropped a whole tape. So I wanted to like, I haven't even dropped the tape yet. Like of my own. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So me just dropping the EP was like just the beginning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to drop some music. And this and a lot of the songs is old. Some of that shit old, but it's new to everybody else. You know what I mean? So it's old. I got shit in my files, old, new, all that shit, hard shit. Yeah. I just be having to figure out when I want to put it out and how I want to do it. It's like that, you know what I'm saying? So like the EP was like one of those, like, you know what I'm saying? I need to put something out. I need to put out a project. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So I threw that out there. You know what I'm saying? I put the EP out. Now is on to a tape. I'm working on a tape right now. Okay. Shit, me and brother got a tape. You know what I'm saying? So
this year it's coming out this year?
All that shit. This year. Everything coming out this year. Okay. Everything coming out this year. No cap. Like everything coming this year. Like I just told you, we just shot another video. Like it's gonna be another video after that.
You know what y'all plan is to drop that, or when y'all plan is to drop the video that y'all just shot? Or no date yet? No date for that one yet?
Ain't really no date. You know what I'm saying? We back then we was like a little, I ain't gonna say loose, but we was a little killers how we did shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really like no and motherfucker gotta give us our credit, man. Everything with us was authentic. You hear me? Cause like I'll tell you this, one thing for sure, another thing for certain. When we dropped, we ain't really did promote.
No, that's a fact. Yeah, y'all had a lot of organic, playing.
A lot of shit was organic. We ain't never really did no promotion. So now
y'all trying to get into
that. We trying to get into like we doing shit a little different now. Everything like on a strategic level. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we on. So like now it's like it's not more so we just dropping this shit.
Okay, like, y'all getting the rollout set up.
Drop it at the right time.
There we go.
So like that's how we come with it now. So it's gonna be different now. This is a different journey. This is like some whole other shit. You know what I'm saying? We at that. I don't even want to say we at the peak, but we
y'all
moving
up. Yeah, that's what up.
So it's kind of like, hey, y'all look forward to some new shit, some great shit.
New shit. So I got you on camera because I'm gonna hold you to that because I'm paying attention and too. I think one of the things that I can see is like I can see the momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like I can when you paying attention to artists and you paying attention to people, you can start seeing when. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Video shoot. Okay, another video shoot. Okay, something that got released. Okay, the video getting shared. And I think that momentum as important, and consistency is really important. But just as important as consistency is like getting into that rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Where like you comfortable putting this out. You comfortable with the plan. You got like a 3-month plan. You got a 6-month plan. You got an 8-month plan. As opposed to like you just putting it out because you need to put something out. Right. And when you got that plan and you got that rhythm and you start to sort of build up to it, I think that's one of the things too that's real special. And the more artists in the city that we can have doing that, like it's one of the reasons I thought I really wanted to have this to create this platform. I think the very first time that I started doing it was like in 2020. But one of the things that I knew I wanted to do was I didn't want it to be something that was just all drama and messy. You know what I'm saying? Over putting out lists, shit like that, and where you got people at on the list, and you do get some attention from doing that. But like that don't necessarily, that's controversy. But it don't necessarily always help the culture out. You know what I'm saying? Because like. niggas argue, but then after niggas argue on Facebook, don't know niggas who was arguing put music out after that. Don't nobody do no shows after that or do no videos after that. Niggas just is arguing, you know. And one of the things I wanted to figure out a way to do was like, okay, how can I turn this argument into a conversation? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, how can I figure out a way where, because one of the things that, you know, is crazy, that is special about the city is that, like, niggas do care about who people say the best is. You know what I'm saying? Even the people, even the people who like try to like downplay it, like, oh, I wish y'all stop arguing about rappers in Rockford or this or that. Like, they paying attention to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they invested in it too. It's only a handful of things that happen in the city that get talked about as much as niggas talking about, you know what I'm saying, hip hop and talking about rap music, you know, like, because it is like a culture here. You know, you can't do that in every city in America, where you can go somewhere and niggas can argue about who the best rapper is or who the hottest rapper is.
A lot of motherfuckers ain't doing that.
You know what I'm saying? It's not happening everywhere, you know, like, in one of the things that really is, you know, special about Rockford is like, it's such close proximity to Chicago, you know, like, and it's people can see just up the street where motherfuckers is doing shit and motherfuckers is making it. And so, you know, so many people who in Rockford, like how you is, you know, they came from Chicago, was born in Chicago, or got family in Chicago, got connections in Chicago. And whenever you go to Chicago, I was just talking to somebody about this, about like the hard rock being here. Like, you go to Chicago, like, the culture is powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get away from the culture there. So like, when you come here, you know, and you come back here, like, you visit there and you come back here, like, you got that bug and you got that inspiration, you got that motivation. I think one of the things that's been special growing up here the last like 10, 15 years is watching the culture get bigger, watching more people, you know, become invested in the culture. You know, even just the hard rock being here now, where, you know what I'm saying, when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, Gucci Mane wasn't coming to Rockford, Jeezy not coming to Rockford, Mike Epps not coming to Rockford. You know, like, if you want to go see somebody perform some rap shit, some hip hop shit that's big, you got to go to Chicago to get that. You know what I'm saying? But having that just up the street here in Rockford, you know, you can get inspired from that. You know what I'm saying? You can get motivated from that. You know, even just over the summer last year when, you know, Blazo opening up at the Hard Rock, I think it was before Gucci Mane had went on, he went up there and opened up. And like, you know, that's a special thing, you know, because now you can be here from Rockford and you can see, okay, some of these things is attainable. You know, like, it's not something that's real far out of reach. I think that's one of the things that is really important about sort of building the culture out, is making so that the generations that come after you know, like, okay, this door done been kicked down. You know, like, when I grew up, it was so much harder to find a place to record. Whereas now, like, you know, you just got to ask a few people, ask around a few places. You gonna either find a place to record, or you gonna find somebody who can show you the recording equipment that you need, and you can figure out how to record. Same thing with beats. When I was growing up, you gotta rap to somebody else's beat, nigga. You can't, it ain't no your own beat or no beat that, you know, and now with so many more producers, there's so much more access to production. And even that is a special thing, because, you know, it's one thing to hear somebody rapping over somebody else's beat, but it's a whole nother thing when the first time you hear the beat, it's this nigga voice on the beat. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I want to add too, like, just doubling back on my upbringing with the rap shit. That's one thing I did for sure. Like, I rapped on other niggas' beats. I didn't make my my first song with bro. That was like his song. But after that, I rapped on other nigga beats. I didn't never make my own song until later.
Okay.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Besides, okay, I did a song with both of the guys. I did a song with Jaleel, Boom. That was the first song. Now, the other song I did, like I said, Body Count with Brother. That was our song. But after that, it was nothing but I was on my Wayne shit. I'm remixing nigga shit, making that shit sound way better. So like that was what I was into. I was never like a nigga like I wanted to make a song until like later. Once I got
that's how I started too. But I started, I didn't have no choice when I was doing it. I was on LimeWire getting instrumentals. That was all it was to get the instrumentals. Go ahead, my fault.
But like, you good now. But like, that type of shit I was into. I wanted to like. I heard even now, nigga, like I will remix anyway. Like, you know, that's just how I came up, and I just like, I want to say, don't get me wrong, I like making full songs, like my own songs and shit like that. But I like popping it. I like getting on the beat, and just because I can, because I know how. You know what I'm saying? Because I had the ability, I can get on that bitch and I can walk that bitch. I know I can walk that bitch, and I probably can make that bitch sound better than whoever original song it was. You know what I'm saying? So like that's that type of vibe I be on. But I'm trying to like, I'm taking a break from that shit though. Now I'm finna really just everything I got coming is gonna be like full songs, full blown songs with hooks, and you know, I'm coming way different. Along the way here and there, you might hear some little freestyles here. Right. I got some shit that I'll be wanting to pop. You know what I'm saying? So I never just completely stop doing the freestyle. I might start doing a fucking freestyle Saturday around this bitch or some shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, this journey gonna be one hell of a journey. So whatever comes. But like, yeah, I just can't wait for it. I just want to
No, you good.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that what's crazy about that too is you have such a, one of the things that really stands out to me about you is when you own your own, like, so I've never heard nobody else on the beat, and what you do to it is so unique and it's so special. Like, I think one of the things that's sort of like separate somebody from just being a rapper to being a hip hop artist is when they can like create something and the whatever it is that they creating, it don't necessarily just feel like a nigga just rap. Cause a lot of what's special about rapping is, you know, popping your shit, is talking your shit, you know, is saying something that like ain't nobody said this before, ain't nobody said this like this before, nobody done, you know, use this metaphor, use this punchline, or saying something that's real braggadocious. Like, go ahead.
It's not, you know, it's crazy. I feel like people don't. Not heavy with the metaphors of punchlines.
No more.
Like
it's gone. Yeah, it's
like,
not a thing. It's not the same.
I came up from that.
Yeah.
Metaphors and punchlines at the punchline. I came up with that. Like, I came up listening to motherfuckers that do that. Yeah. Like, so like now that it's like that, it's like it's like weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I can't dive into how the rap game is now. I can't dive all the way into that where shit is like more so ABC, or it was shit so like basic. Or nowadays you can drop like the most basic shit, you probably pop. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And you know, that's just the world though. That's just the era we in. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I respect it, because at the end of the day it's a rap game and I'm a part of it. Yeah. So I respect the changes. You know what I'm saying? I respect everything that comes along with it, and I know how to blend.
And that's what I was gonna say, is that what's special about you is that and like, this is, to me, this is where you sort of step into this place of where you're not just a rapper no more, you a hip hop artist, where you know how to take the best of those strengths of rapping and incorporate that into like creating a song. Yeah. And to me, one of the things that's unique about creating a song, and this really goes back to R&B music a lot, is like some of the best R&B music is really good for the exact opposite reason that some of the best rap is good. Where like in R&B, sometimes the more vulnerable you is, the better the R&B song is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's facts.
You know,
that's
like the least braggadocious and the more you just putting your hurt and your pain out there, the better the R&B song is. You know, and then with rap, a lot of times it's the more braggadocious, you know, the more Superman you look is what make the rap song better. Yeah. And what's special is when you can figure out a way to be saying something that's vulnerable, but saying it in a way where it feel like you saying some braggadocious shit, or you saying some strong shit. You know, like, to me, like Future real good at that. Where like you'll listen to a Future song and it might take you like 6 or 7 listens to realize like, bro sound depressed on this shit. But like the way he presented it to you, like it make it seem like, you know, he seems strong. You know, it's strong. You like, it's aura in it. You know, to me, Tupac was real good at that. Where like you listen to a Tupac song and it might take you getting older to realize like, oh, bro, going through some shit in this song. You know what I'm saying? Like Wayne has some of that shit. You know, where it's like, he put out the song, and when you first listen to the song just cold, like it's hot, the way he using the lines is, but it's not till you get older that you realize, like, oh, bro going through it on this song, you know, like, and to me, one of the things that's real special about how you create music and make music is that you can say something that's really vulnerable, but you say it in a way where it feels strong, like it don't feel weak. It's vulnerable, but it's strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you letting you sort of allowing somebody to look into you and having this introspective thing, but the way that you presenting it ain't like weak, where like you ain't necessarily nobody listening to the song or nobody paying attention to it and thinking like, bro, going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? It take you a couple of listens to realize like, okay, bro,
Okay,
going through
yeah,
some shit,
for
you know what I'm
sure, for
saying?
sure,
Like, and then when you going through some shit, you put that on, you feel it, you know what I'm saying?
for
Like,
sure, for
and so
sure.
I think you do a real good job of balancing those things, you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
love.
watching you and Kilo really, you know, grow up, you know, and become greater and become better artists and creating music with more depth. I think that's one of the things I really appreciate about like watching an artist grow through their journey is, you know, seeing early on, like when you like 18, 19, 17, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't trying to say no vulnerable shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You
Nah,
trying to say some
you try
cool
to you try to
shit.
take the cool
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
You want to pop
exactly.
it. Niggas talking this and that. You want to,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So you kind of want to goddamn. You ain't even think about it. But you know what?
Go ahead.
I gotta say, like even coming up then, I did like a mixture of both. See, I always been like, as you know, I always been like versatile. So
Yeah.
like I get vulnerable. Like even then, like I get vulnerable. I say some shit, like you know what I'm saying. But I see what you saying because you ain't overly trying to get vulnerable because you
Yeah.
don't want motherfuckers to, you know, you think when you that young, you think about what motherfuckers think.
Right.
And so it's like you don't want motherfuckers to think this and think that. You don't want motherfuckers to think you not tough or
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So you thinking about a whole lot of shit. So you know what I'm saying. But back then, I feel like I had like a little mixture of both, but you know, as like of course as I got older,
Yeah.
I was more vulnerable. You know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
was
'Cause
there.
I learned that you know music is you use your emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of, like some of the best music when you use your emotion. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So vulnerability is part of, like a real tool
Yeah.
for real. Like you know what I'm saying? You want to use that shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people somebody asked me before um do you create music off of like your emotions? You gonna think it's crazy, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
So when I create music, bro, it don't always be like don't get me wrong. I created music where I was like, oh, I feel some type of way. Like for example, when I created in Bugatti's name,
Yeah.
that was me feeling some type of way about my mans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying. So I made some shit for brother. But other than that, like it's not always like that. Sometimes I just get in a genuine mode to make music.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what I'm making.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's some turn shit, if it's some R&B shit, some goddamn drill shit. It don't matter what it is. I just want to make. I want to create.
Yeah.
So that's my mood. It's just a creative mood. I don't know where it's coming from. I just wait till I listen to a certain beat and I let the beat talk to me and I talk
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't never really. I can't really recall a lot of times where it was like, oh, I'm going through a certain situation and I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But again, I got songs like that. You know what I'm
Right. But
saying?
that's not the usual way that you
That's not
create.
the usual way.
And for me, it's similar to that too. Like I tell people, like a lot of times I can't really create about something until I done processed it fully. You know what I'm saying?
There
Like
you
as
go.
I'm going through
gotta
it,
process it
I
all the
can't
way.
really be trying to
Yeah.
write about this shit. Boy, I go into some dark places trying to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
I'd rather listen to somebody else shit. You know,
no,
like
for
let me
sure,
listen to
for
somebody
sure.
else while I'm
See,
going through this.
I can't, like you just said, you just hit it right on the nail. Cause I can't lose somebody today and
And write
then and
about
be like,
that
oh,
shit
I
tomorrow.
want to make
Yeah.
a song.
Can't do that shit.
I don't create like that.
Yeah.
Cause like you know, if I'm going through something, matter of fact, I don't see how people like, oh, I'm mad right now. I'm finna push this shit out in the studio.
Can't do that shit
I
neither.
can't do that.
Yeah.
If I'm mad, let me process being mad. Let me get through it. Then later I'll probably talk about it. I can't do it right then and there.
Yeah.
That's not some. I can't do that because I don't even. If I'm mad, sad, anything, I don't want to do shit.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be by myself and go through this shit.
I'm trying to chill, bro.
Right.
I ain't. Let me get through this shit first. But all that trying to create wild, nah.
Yeah, I can't do that neither. Yeah, I
Ain't my
gotta process that shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that to me, like when I go through some shit like that, some heavy shit, like to me, that's when I go back almost to my childhood and like I just want to I want to be an experiencer or some shit, whether it's watching a movie or watching a TV show or listening to music.
Right.
I want to go through something passive. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
I don't want to be active doing nothing. And I know when I don't really process whatever it is, whether it's me being upset or me being sad or I'm grieving, you know I done processed it. Whenever I start going to it, when I start getting the desire to create,
Right.
and then as I'm creating, I look up and I'm like, oh, this is about this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Right.
I got to even listen to it back to realize like, oh, this really, you know, me talking about this. You know, this came out subconsciously.
I think I'll process it in the same thing.
Yeah.
Because like it's the same way for me. Like it's like I won't even realize that I'm making a specific song about a specific situation until like I'm looking at it like, oh, this came
Facts.
from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like and now and you gotta think this shit like if my process of creating, like I say, like a lot of times I don't always write. Sometimes I freestyle it first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I can be freestyling and I can say some shit that was kind of like reflecting on a situation.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
now I'm finna carry. I'm
Yeah.
finna carry on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, you know, that's just, like I said, one of the things that's so special also about being a creator is sometimes I think about, I'll just be around people who maybe they don't necessarily write or record or create, and I just always think, when I see them going through something and see them process something, like, I don't even know how you go through this and you don't have this outlet at some point. Cause like, I cannot have the outlet as I'm going through it.
Yeah.
But one of the things I do know in the back of my mind is, like, at some point, the way that I really can get all the way through this is gonna be in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
For
It's
sure.
gonna be recording. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be listening to it back. Is, and as you get older, and as especially, you grow up, you young and you black, you in the inner city, one of the things that is almost an inevitability and a guarantee for us is that you're going to lose somebody, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to lose people close to you. And one of the things that I've, really understood as I've went through that is like, man, I don't know how I would have lost this person if I ain't have like some music, to like to get lost in, or go to if I can't get to the studio at some point and get lost in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
how would you even express?
Yeah, I don't even know how, like, people do it. Like, even when I was younger, one of the things that was I used to think, I remember being younger and listening to certain songs and listening to Pac or listening to certain artists who really talked about, loss a lot and grieving a lot. And I ain't really understand it fully yet, like, cause you still going sort of a child's mind and maybe you done lost somebody, but you ain't understanding what it's like losing somebody as an adult, you know what I'm saying? And then getting older and losing somebody. And then I can go back to this song and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how I can process this, like I remember listening to this song. And also too, I remember what this song did for me, and so like I done been, able to create stuff and somebody come to me and tell me about, oh, I listened to this song, this helped me get through this thing, or you was talking about this and this helped me go through the process that I was going through. I think that's just another thing that's really unique about artists, especially like hip hop artists. That's not really necessarily a thing you get in every genre, because a lot of these genres of music is really removed from like from the streets, removed from the inner city. And so a lot of the shit that they talking about is like, relationships. They just, somebody done broke up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they girl done left or they dude done left, and like that's still powerful music too, because you go through that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's something special about, hip hop where, you find the right song, you know what I'm saying? Like a nigga done talk to, if you done been locked up and arrested before, it's hard to find an R&B song, you know what I'm saying? Akon got locked up, but it's hard to find an R&B song where a nigga can talk to you about an experience they done had with the police or getting arrested, and you can feel it, like, but I done had that experience, and like I know I can go listen to some hip hop music and this nigga gonna relate, tell me something where I can relate to, you know what I'm saying? And so one of the things I just want to keep doing with artists is just keep on doing this, you know what I'm saying? Sitting down, talking about the creative process, talking about the creative journey, talking about what people are working on currently.
Like like I told you off camera, like this, you one of the only pillars to the rap community. Like, not a lot of niggas don't give a fuck to do this shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers so tapped into doing other shit or being a spokesperson for a rap list. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't really be giving a fuck. Like, niggas act like they give. See, this is why I don't give. This is why I don't understand. Like, when like a list come around, everybody got so much shit to say, but ain't nobody doing shit for the rap community. Ain't nobody boosting none of the rappers up. Y'all not, the rap scene dead right now, bro. The rap scene is dead as hell. Like, it ain't never been I don't remember it being a rap scene how it was back when almost everybody was hot. Like, that was like 2016 to 2019 was a different time period. That was like a different time period. Like, it was turned, like everybody had some type of sauce. You know what I'm saying? So like now, this shit's so weak now. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we finna turn shit up though.
That's a fact, nigga.
But like other than that though, besides us, man, we working, but I can't tell you what the next motherfucker doing. But I know what we doing. I know how we coming about it. But like, I honestly would like to see the rap scene go up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because don't get me wrong, besides us, it's some talented motherfuckers that can actually rap. It's some motherfuckers out here that can actually rap for real. Like, and I mean, besides us, I've been seeing motherfuckers like Hendo dropping. Damn, who was? See, I gotta think.
Yeah, no, yeah, because it's
That's
slow.
that's
No, it's
crazy. Like, you know
slow.
what I'm saying? The
It's
fact that
slow.
I gotta think for besides us and Hendo and fucking damn, bro,
You
who else
know,
been dropping?
recently, I know Kid Griffey been dropping a few things recently. He been in a few different
Okay,
things.
okay,
Adonis the Ace been dropping some shit, but like, it's just the music scene, the hip hop scene here is not like what it was in 26.
hell
In
nah,
20, out
hell nah.
of all the time I've been here, the peak of the hip hop scene was like 2015 to 2020.
For sure.
And one of the things too, though, like that come along with that, and this sort of go back to what we was talking about earlier, is that so much of that shit is also connected with the streets, you know,
Fact,
and
no,
so,
facts,
you
facts,
know,
facts.
people start, you know, getting killed, you know, you lose some shit, you know, people start getting locked up, you lose some
Mm-hmm.
shit, you know, even during that time period, you know, again, for better or worse, you know, I even just thinking about, you know, recently, well, I don't know if it was like 2018 or some shit like that when Drake and Kendrick had or 2018, 2024 when Drake and Kendrick had they back and forth or whatever, but that hip hop, like, internationally was at its biggest, but part of what got it up there is the beef, you know, and the drama.
Yeah,
And one of the
yeah.
things that also was going on 2015 to 2020 is niggas was putting out diss records
Nah,
and
for
niggas was
sure.
beefing, you know, and like, and
No,
that
for
do
sure.
boost the scene. You know, the only difference is that like when that's happening on a local music scene, it's a lot more dangerous, you know, than when
But
that's happening
that's
on a
another thing.
national scene. Go ahead.
The niggas that was doing it dissing, that's probably what they feel like they had to do to get their views up. One
Yeah.
thing I could say about me and Low,
Yeah, y'all
we
ain't
did
never
that.
need y'all ain't
We
need to
ain't
do
never
that.
had to diss
Yep,
niggas.
that's true.
Our
That's a
shit
fact.
was authentically just off because motherfuckers fuck with our music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like we never had to even felt like
Right.
we had a problem. We personally taking it to a nigga. Like,
Right. Yeah. No
we ain't
records.
trying to do no
Right.
record. I ain't trying to diss you on no song. Like I don't give a fuck. A nigga can say something about some crazy shit about my homie, or
Right.
that's not gonna make me diss you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm not gonna get on the song. I'm not gonna say shit about you.
Right.
I'm not gonna say your name to clout you up.
Exactly.
I'm not doing none of that shit.
Yeah.
I don't. One thing, if anybody know anything about me, and you know me, I don't diss.
Right.
I don't diss niggas. You know what I'm saying? For me to diss a nigga, you had to be like who you just say, Kendrick Lamar,
Right.
nigga. Hey, I'm gonna
Right.
use his name to
Right.
turn me up. Like, this a nigga that's already in the game.
Right.
But I ain't this no nigga that's like in the same fucking city as me. Or
Yeah.
like I'm not doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, like that's one of the things that I 100% agree that, you know, and that's when, and also too, like that's crazy. That's one of the things that's how the culture work. It's I've been telling people it's an ecosystem, you know, and so when one artist start doing something with music and they start pushing a little bit more, like that helped to feed the rest, you know, like 2015 to 2020 was really a microcosm of that, where, you know, at the height of the music culture, a lot of it was some diss records that was going back and forth. But because now people paying more attention to the culture in general, they paying attention to the songs, even that's not diss records, you know, and then even it's more events and it was more shows going on at that time period. And it was more people just even putting out music videos at the time period. There's more people that was directing music videos at that time period. And so to me, one of the things that I really think was that I understood watching from afar during that time period, because I wasn't necessarily making a lot of music or recording a lot of music then, but what I really seen was that it's here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's enough artists here. It's enough people who pay attention to what's going on in the culture here. It's enough places where you can record, and enough people with cameras where as long as the right couple of moves get made, you know what I'm saying? Like shit can take off, you know, but in order for that to happen, like it can't be, and I think that to me, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I don't think that, you know, the dissing and the beef is necessarily what's going to be able to work here, is because we need everybody, you know what I'm saying, putting out music. We need everybody performing. We need everybody putting out videos. And as long as everybody doing it, it make it too hard to get away from it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own niche group. And as long as somebody keeping they niche group involved in the conversation of the culture, the conversation just get bigger and bigger. And, you know, anytime that one of these, a list or something like that come out, or somebody make a post or something, just seeing the engagement that the post get is how I know, like, okay, nigga, it's something here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some money here. You know
This
what I'm saying?
This is what I hate about the list, though. I'm going to tell you, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
This is what I hate about the list. Okay, so one thing I can say, majority of the time it was a list. Me and Lo was always in the list.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
So one thing I could say, you ain't gonna never ever see us comment under no list.
Right.
First of all, I'm talking to all you niggas that rap. If your name on the list, and I don't give a fuck if you the rapper, I don't give a fuck if you friends to the rapper, nigga, This is the fucking. This is what the people. Let them make this choice. The people making this choice.
Right.
If they feel like, oh, so and so deserve to be on this list, so and so good enough to be on this list. Oh, that nigga don't need to be on the list. That's the people.
Right.
Should no artist, if you on the list already, or if you a rapper, even if you not on the list, you the rapper.
Right.
Don't comment. You gotta let the people talk.
Yeah,
These are people. Let them have the controversy.
Yeah.
We don't get on that bitch and say nothing.
Right.
Let them have this.
Right.
If they feel like, if a motherfucker feel like, oh, Rocky is supposed to be on that list, he's supposed to be first. That's their opinion.
Right.
If a motherfucker feel like, oh, Rocky shouldn't be on the list, or he deserved to be at number 10 and somebody else should be a hit, that's their opinion.
Right.
I can't get mad and be like, why the fuck you gonna say that, nigga?
Right.
You know I'm supposed to be first. Like, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
I'm not gonna say all that because you gotta let the people have it.
Right.
That's like, if anything, y'all should look at this as practice. You gotta think, if you get big, if you become a star, and it's gonna be millions of people talking about you. They gonna be saying, they gonna be
nigga, right?
You feel me? They gonna be saying what you deserve and what you don't deserve.
Right.
You can't argue with millions of people.
Right.
No, you gotta let their ass have it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I look at this shit. Like, when people make lists, I don't ask to be on this list.
Right.
Bro don't ask to be on this list.
Right.
They making this shit. We don't know who made it.
Right.
This shit comes out every
Facts.
2 years. I don't know. Like, I don't know who make this shit.
Niggas don't ever put that. Only a few niggas gonna put their name on this shit. Right.
Nigga, bro, don't nobody be, bro. And I kid you not, nigga. I don't give a fuck about the list.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if my name on it or not.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for it. When I see this now, if I see a list right now, I'm gonna probably look and see who they put on that bitch.
Right.
And I'm gonna keep going.
Right.
Big bro. Motherfuckers be taking this shit too serious, bro. I done seen rappers arguing with the
crash
people.
out.
Niggas be crashing out, gang. What the fuck is you crashing out for? Let the people have it. If you're not on the list, then they probably feel like you ain't need to be on the list.
Right.
If you on the list, congratulations. It's not the fucking you're not finna win a Grammy.
Right.
You know, like, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a list. It don't mean shit.
Right.
I mean, to whoever made the list, it might mean something to them.
Yeah, right. But you the artist, you know
but
what
you
I'm
the
saying?
artist.
You got other shit to worry about.
Come on, bro. It's other shit to worry about, nigga. You need to worry about why the fuck you ain't been dropping no music.
There you go.
You need to be worrying about why you ain't been doing this and why you lacking in certain areas. Worry about that. Yeah. Worry about how you can perfect your craft. Don't worry about what the fuck the people talking about. Let the people have it.
That's exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a conversation for the city.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, bro. So before we get out of here, I was gonna run it down with you one more time. You and Lo got a project dropping 2026.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a full-length project dropping 2026.
Yeah.
Multiple videos, at least I know one already shot, so it's got to be at least 2 videos coming out still 2026.
More than 2.
Okay, bet. And then me and you, we gotta do this again. I'm gonna try to get an extra mic, not try to, but I'm gonna get an extra one of these mics, get a little different with the setup, and then me, you, and Lo, we all gotta sit it down, chop it up, talk and shit like that. And I just got to keep on getting up with y'all. And like I said, I think that, it's an ecosystem. So the more people that's working, the more people that's putting out music, the more people that's not letting people let the culture become out of the conversation, where every day somebody's song, somebody music video is in people's face, is a day that we get closer to the whole city making it, bro. So is anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Man, hey, a lot of big shit popping. We dropping a whole lot. We doing a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? We ain't stopping. Consistency is key. That's all we about. And like I said, new projects dropping, new videos, man. All that's a whole lot of everything, man. We going bigger than big. This year, next year, the year after that, man. Man, you ain't gonna get enough of seeing us, man. This your boy RoccheadWrld.wide. Checking out.
Trying to find love at the end of the week. Heartbroken, looking for revenge in the streets. Know a couple women who had did it to me. Gotta ask the ass, can it?
Live from the trenches. Nowadays niggas they be dying for attention. Your homie Billy wanna crack a smile when you winning, but he'll crack a joke and be a clown for them bitches when they got him.